It's the Great Taylor C. Baker Show.
Hello, and welcome back to the Great Taylor C. Baker Show, or in this case, the Great Taylor C. Valentine's Day Love is in the Air Baker Show. With Valentine's Day coming up, I was ruminating on what my favorite Valentine's Day treats are, and naturally, chocolate-covered strawberries came to mind. So today, I'm gonna make a fun spin on those where we're gonna make chocolate-covered strawberry hot cocoa bombs. Hello. So grab your Valentine and let's learn how to make them. So this is one of my favorite type of recipes. It's a 3-ingredient recipe, y'all. All you need is 2 cups of melting chocolate wafers, 1 bag of mini marshmallows. I'm using these fun campfire flavored marshmallows because some of the ones in here are actually strawberry flavored. And finally, 2 cups of strawberry Nesquik powder. It is one of those bakes where you do need a specific mold. You can use molds of all different shapes and sizes, but because we're going Valentine's Day, I got these fun little heart-shaped molds, which came in the mail slightly smaller than I was expecting. So these are gonna make little mini chocolate-covered strawberry bombs, but I thought I would supplement, because I did have something on hand, this magical silicone Texas-shaped mold with hearts already in it. The very first of very few steps is going to be melting up that chocolate. You can microwave these, but you have to be really careful because sometimes they'll burn. But I'm actually going to be a little bougier and temper my chocolate on the stove so it gets a little bit extra sheen. And tempered chocolate is when you use a pot filled with a little bit of water and put a heat-resistant bowl on top of it and let the hot water sort of melt the chocolate. So we're going to do the most complicated and fun part of this bake. We're going to fill these molds up with our nicely hot melted chocolate, and if you need a paintbrush to really get in all the nooks and crannies, make sure you have a clean paintbrush. Let's do it. Now that we have our silicone molds perfectly covered in our chocolate, we are going to chill them until the chocolate is set. You'll be able to tell when it's not melted, it's nice and sturdy. And another hot tip, I'm going to take mine out when they're like half set and just really make sure that I have the outer edges, because some of the chocolate tends to go down to the bottom while it's still hot. So I'm really going to make sure I have those outer edges nice and thick. I want a nice strong side. Let's see if I can get this chocolate out of this mold without it totally cracking, like I feel like I'm about to. It's cracking, don't crack, under pressure. You're breaking my heart, molds. Okay, I didn't record it because I was testing it because the first time was such a fail, but I made a sample. I 10,000% didn't think that these Texas-shaped molds would work and the hearts would be easy, and the hearts are a nightmare, but I got this Texas one out beautifully. So we're gonna go ahead and do this method with the rest of my Texas ones. So once your chocolate mold is chilled, you're going to put in 2 tablespoons of your strawberry powdered Nesquik and then just fill it up with a couple of marshmallows. And for the case of these Texas shapes, because typically how they work is you have 2 sides and you sandwich them together, but I don't have the inverse of Texas, so I'm just making it kind of one standalone piece. So I'm going to fill them up with the existing chocolate and just kind of flatten out the back. That's what I did here, so you can see some of the marshmallows sticking out. But worked. Ingenuity, using what you have. I love it. So I'll bring you over here so you can see a little bit what that looks like. All right, I have all of my beautiful Texas molds filled and chilling in the fridge, and I think being the operative word, that my little tiny heart-shaped ones might be done. I gave them another layer and then I put them in the freezer so they would probably get as hard as I could get them before I tried to break them out. So let's try these. This is always the part of the Great British Bake Off. Anytime they're ever trying to get something out of the mold, I feel like everybody unanimously just sprayed so much chocolate in my face, which is not a bad thing. And these are so tiny, I think they may only fit like 3 marshmallows in them. And as an avid fan of the Nancy Meyers movie, The Holiday, no, you've each got 4 or 5. What does he say? Comment below if you know how many marshmallows Jude Law puts in his kids' hot chocolate in the movie The Holiday. So now I'm gonna fill these little baby ones. I'm gonna leave 3 unfilled because they will be the top. There's 2 ways we can attach the top. This is already working out to be another reason why I like the Texas. It was just a standalone, no adhesion required. You can pipe some chocolate on the edge to get that to stick, or I'm gonna warm up a plate and use the heat to just melt the existing chocolate enough to kind of just stick it together. All right, it took some finagling, and some of them have small abrasions, and one of them only came out as the bottom half of Texas. And now we have our final step before we dip them into some hot milk and actually make the cocoa, give them a try, which is give them a little bit of festive decoration. So I'm gonna use some glitter icing and sprinkles, jazz these up a bit, zhuzh them, if you will. Okay, festive little angels, they are all decorated. I made actual chocolate covered strawberries too because yum. Look at these little Texases with their little hearts. Stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. The final step is going to be actually melting them into some hot chocolate. Technically, I suppose you need one more ingredient to make the hot chocolate afterwards, but the bombs, you only need 3 ingredients. So finally, you'll need to heat up a cup of milk, and then we're gonna melt one of these into it so we can give it a try. The magic has happened and produced what is actually more purple than pink. Hot chocolate, I think the combination of the strawberry powder with the chocolate turned purple, which is my favorite color. Let's give it a try. That tastes like, and I know this sounds horrible, a liquefied chocolate covered strawberry, which is what we were going for. Thank you so much for watching the Great Taylor C. Baker Show. Be sure to hit subscribe and tune in every Thursday when I post new videos of my baking misadventures. And I would love to see the things you're creating and invite you to bake along with me. So please tag me at Taylor C. Baker on Instagram, TikTok, here on YouTube, all the things, and use the hashtag #BakeWithBaker. I so look forward to seeing all the magic you're creating in the kitchen. Happy Valentine's Day and cheers!
It's the Great Taylor C. Baker Show.